You can achieve mouse-like precision with motion controls. This is called Gyro Aim. With it, you can have most of the advantages of a mouse on a controller. Easily controlling your recoil? No problem. Quickly changing targets? Flicking to any direction with precision? Doing multiple actions at once without letting go of your aim? I think you get it. Gyro Aim is great and intuitive. But how does it actually work? Using Steam, I can use the motion sensors present in most modern controllers to emulate a mouse. So you're saying that modern motion controls are better than sticks, but if the secret is just to emulate a mouse, why can't I just use the right stick emulating a mouse? Well, it's simple. Analog sticks aren't motion controlled, so if you keep holding left, the camera will go left forever, because it's following your commands, but not your physical movements. But you know what does follow your physical movements? A mouse! So mices and modern motion controls are naturally similar. Because of that, Gyro doesn't need any kind of aim assist. I know, this is a PvE game, so aim assist isn't that bad. Until you realize how much harder it is to hit headshots with aim assist, because the magnet is set to the enemy's torso instead of the enemy's head. For some, not having aim assist may sound really bad, like a huge red flag, but it really isn't. Aim assist with Gyro can feel like a magnet throwing off your aim, so trust me, you wouldn't want this anyway. If a mouse doesn't need it, Gyro doesn't either. We can go even further by using a feature called Flick Stick. Remember I said the analog sticks didn't follow your physical movements? What if they did? This is called Flick Stick. It allows you to flick to the angle that you pointed with the right stick, or to sweep smoothly if you put the analog forward first. It takes a while to get used to because you will need to rely on Gyro to look up and down, so you will need to rewire your brain a little bit, but it's super fun and precise to use once you get the hang of it. The First Descendant was released without all of these features for the unhappiness of people like me, but as I said, if you play on PC or Steam Deck, there is a way to add Gyro Aim to this game by simply importing my configuration. But first, we need to get rid of the abysmal negative acceleration that these games apply to your mouse. On the Windows search bar, search for %local AppData %, press enter. Now search for the folder M1, open the folder saved, config, Windows, and here create a text file and name it Input.ini. Now copy and paste this command line to this text file and save it. Now on Steam, click on Steam, Settings, In-Game, and enable Use Big Picture Overlay when using a controller. Now go to the controller tab and activate the controller you're using. Now open the game, in the options menu, go to keyboard and mouse and copy all of the sensitivity settings that you're seeing on the screen right now. Do not change the mouse sensitivity after this step. Also, the FOV affects the sensitivity in this game, so I'm using the default FOV. If you want to use a different FOV, you will need to recalibrate Gyro, and you can learn to do that here. Now, press the home button on your controller and go to controller configuration. Click on the name of the layout, then go to the community tab and import my configuration called the First Descendant Gyro and Flick Stick by Flick Stick Videos. Or if you don't want to use Flick Stick, import the First Descendant Gyro by Flick Stick Videos. If you can't find my configurations, it's probably because you're using a different controller than I do. So click the Show All Layouts button. Okay, but like, how does this configuration actually work? I've tried to mimic the default controller binding so players can keep their muscle memory without needing to think too much about the control scheme, but there are some tiny differences. For instance, this game allows for mixed inputs, which means that the game reads gamepad and mouse inputs at the same time. Because of this, the HUD will occasionally flicker between gamepad and keyboard icons. Temporarily disabling Gyro is super important for repositioning the controller after controlling a recoil, so holding R3 will disable Gyro. You have two options to navigate menus. By default, all the buttons will stay the same, but Gyro will be active. This allows you to quickly navigate menus. But if you want to use the normal analog controls, press the share button to toggle between the menu action set and the gameplay action set. On Steam Deck and PlayStation controllers, you can use the right trackpad to navigate menus. Touching the trackpad will disable Gyro and clicking will be read as a mouse button. Now, use the analog sticks to get close to your target and use Gyro to do the rest of the tracking. Just remember to firmly hold the controller with the palm of your hands. Also, this is no emote, so flailing the controller like this won't do anything, alright? Just use your wrists. Just one more thing before I leave. I told you not to change the mouse sensitivity in-game, then how do you change the sensitivity? Press the home button and go to the controller configuration. Click on Edit Layout, and here you can change whatever you want. If you don't know what you're doing, I have an in-depth guide explaining every setting. But you will probably just want to change the gyro or the stick sensitivities, which you can do by clicking on the gear icon next to the setting. Gyro sensitivity follows the natural sensitivity scale, which means that if you played other games with gyro, you can just use the same sensitivity here. When set to 1 degree in real life will translate to 1 degree in game. But 1 to 1 is way too slow, so you will want to use at least 2 or 3. Unfortunately, this game uses different sensitivities for every weapon type, so flick stick and gyro won't be perfectly tuned while ADS. I know, this sucks, but this is what we have to deal with until devs decide to put gyro on their games. And that's it! Have you ever tried gyro aiming before? Comment down below what game you want to see next on this channel. For more motion control games and tips, leave a like, share, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching!